how do we localize it, and how do we incorporate our SDG dialogue as part of the local sustainable development goal. This also should be or could be part of the organic intellectuals, that learning syllabus. The word I use is syllabus in a broader sense, not necessarily written. And also the methodology of organic intellectuals formation. It is not necessarily traditional schooling and education system. It is learning from people. At the same time, learning through reflection, learning through observation. These are all important skills and important element we need to preserve it. Probably this is one of the strength of PLDP program which I am noticing is that the learning methodology is evolving, and this need to be preserved and documented very well. So that documentation part, it seems, it's missing somehow. Written document, I'm not saying that not a written document, oral documentation, and maybe social media utilizing it for creating organic intellectual with the assistance of social media and capturing the knowledge. And organic intellectual at some point or time, for example, the School of Wisdom may be able to come out with a minimum set of themes they should learn. When you say organic intellectual, when you say that person is subjected to certain minimum understanding about certain process, that process is, again I emphasize, the way we learn, not necessarily formal schooling. But that should be a little more careful. What we, in English, broadly we call it as apprenticeship. So apprenticeship is the one way of dealing with that. At the same time, you're learning farmers, learning from your surroundings. But that learning process, somebody needs to be documenting it. How you created an organic intellectual, through what method, that is important for other movements to learn that. Because if we have to sustain the farmers' movement, traditional the formations, and their formation and network, you need to create a more organic intellectual in their own sphere. They should have an understanding about what's happening globally and how that is connecting to your own life and the day-to-day living situation. That analysis is a skill has to be developed by organic intellectual. So creation of organic intellectual is one of the major outcome of PLDP program. Then what is people developing process? There is an opportunity to demonstrate it. For example, demonstration farming. Demonstration farming is in fact, and we are demonstrating how we can do that. But I would suggest that probably we should also look at the economics of small farming. To what extent they may be able to sustain it. The cost input and the expected outcome. This should be part of your analysis, the economic analysis of organic farming, the economic analysis of small-scale farming. Because the question will come, the small farmers, family-based farming, organic farming, can it sustain the attack, sustain the onslaught of modern agriculture, the large-scale agriculture, the large-scale mechanized agriculture? Also the small-scale agriculture, what kind of mechanization we may be able to assist them. So these are some of the questions I still in my mind, and I leave it with you. So overall, let me re-emphasize this. This was, for me, it's a great learning experience. I mean, I'm not here to evaluate in that sense. I learned more than what I try to. My sharing is, this is my sharing, what I've seen, what I listen, what I observed, and sharing it back. Probably I'll try to write up in little more, the formal language format. But most importantly, this kind of experience need to be sustained. Not only in Thailand, in many other parts, Indonesia, I noticed that, South Asia, I noticed that. So there is and also I noticed that you have local networks. You're networked with different groups, different issues, different phenomena that need to be strengthened. You should be part of many more such networks. And one thing, my training I have a personal interest in the public health, how farmers' health is understood.